What's up, guys? Welcome to my channel. All you progressive rock fans, welcome. I would like to show you my vinyl collection from EMERSON, Lake and Palmer. So let's start with first album, the debut album, with the huge hit Lucky Man, the last track. This is reissue version, which is, I found it so very good actually. These are not 180 gram, which I'll prefer like this. Here is some words from Greg Lake, and then it's also some engineer, I think, who explained here, for example, that the thinner vinyl, it sounds better. I completely agree with it. So that's why these albums, they were much cheaper to buy than the other 180 grams. Here you go. So this is the first album that started all. In some kind of way, this is like a first super group, which was instant success. That's album number 1. And then the second one was a live album, Pictures at Exhibition. Album that almost didn't happen. Again, this is also reissue. There are pictures of the guys there. I highly recommend these. As Tarkus. I really love the track. Tarkus is so cool. They did great job with these reissues. All the reissues have the inner with a picture of the guys, and the same that there's writing which was in the other. They're all here too. They're so good because Greg Lake, who was a producer of the band in early years, he just said that he always preferred vinyl because that was how he started to think when he made an album. So he preferred vinyl instead of CDs and all this. I completely agree with him. So this is really good reissues. Trilogy, EMERSON, Lake and Palmer. And you have, look at this part of the cover. It's so fit good. Obviously the gatefold is a little bit different. You have this part here. All in all, these are very good reissues. That's why I bought them, because the one that I had, it was so old. It's really good album cover. You have a new picture of the guys here. Again. And then it comes my favorite. This is first edition, made in UK. Because it's so good, I kept it the way it is. Brain Salad Surgery. I believe this is their biggest album. See? The best album cover EMERSON, Lake and Palmer ever had. Here. Really, they hit it big time with this one. Look at that label. It's so cool. I'm not so sure how is reissued version of this album, but obviously I'm so happy with the original one, so I don't need to change it. You have a poster liked or something, how to say, is lyrics and all die cut there, information of the songs. So it's a large one. So, sadly, we lost these guys a few years back. It's only Carl that is left now, but he's touring. He's touring with under name of Legacy of ELP. Let's see. Okay. A very, very good album. My favorite album of Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Then I have here my top 10 live albums. It's really, really good. Welcome back, my friends, to the show The Never Dance. Ladies and gentlemen, Emerson, Lake and Palmer. This is German version, first edition. I like it better, and I show you why. Because as you can see here, it's all one. While the original one, there was a cut here, and there was a record was just like falling off. So there are no cuts in this one. That's the way it is. And the third record is actually up here. I think is the third record. I think this is the best version, because I didn't like it when it was a cut, the letter there. And so I believe this is the most sold triple album. It's really, really, really good live album. And then they took a break because they were touring constantly, and then things went bad. Actually, this is like sort of the end of that extravaganza. So the band was I think it was like 3 years, took off. That's way too long sometimes. They came with a very ambitious project, Works, double album, which they use orchestra. There are some good tracks, but I found it, for example, Concerto, Piano Concerto number 1. I was like, it's a classic music. If I want classic music, I listen to classic music. This one is kind of not doing it for me. So I like the Great Lakeside, and I like also Carl Palmer, but this is Keith Emerson classic music. Is just like I tried it to listen to it, but it didn't do so much for me. So this was very ambitious album, and then they did Works 2, Volume 2, which actually, by the way, those two are first edition, made in UK original. You see that embossed. And this one too. This album is considered like leftovers. Everything where they couldn't put in a Works, they put on this one. So it's kind of like, leftovers, what should I say. There is one huge, beautiful track, I believe, in Father Christmas. Well, that's about it, actually. It's not so much left. So then, there's no internet, nothing. There's just this one. And they toured, and they lost money, and a long story, and all that. They came back with this album cover. When Carl Palmer said, "Oh my God, we look like Bee Gees." A huge mistake. Music was so-so, but Love Beach. I mean, how can this band do this? This same band who gave brain salad surgery. So it was a huge mistake. The album was not a success. things were falling apart, and pretty much Emerson, Lake and Palmer was over. This is also first edition. You got a card with lyrics and a collection of vinyls there. Those ones that I just show you. And you know, so this album is really the album that killed Emerson, Lake and Palmer, basically. Love Beach, yeah. A record company put this record out. Emerson, Lake and Palmer in concert. This is a stadium thing, and when I listened to this one, I cannot believe how bad band sounds on this one. It's just like it's not the same band who did the Welcome My Friends to Show Neverland. In my opinion, they play so bad. I guess the writing was on the wall that it's over. By this time, Emerson, Lake and Palmer was finished. But this record company put this one out. I believe was Keith Emerson who produced it, but it's not written anywhere who is producer. But I think it was just Keith Emerson who mixed it and done everything. But this is just a weak live album. I believe they done sort of come back, but instead of Carl Palmer, because he was in Asia, they did it with Cousin Powell, another great drummer. Well, that didn't go anywhere. It was just one song, and that was it. This was a very good album. I really enjoyed it. I had it on a CD, and it was sort of comeback, yeah. But Emerson, Lake and Palmer never could go as high as they did in the 70s. So there are some good tracks on this one. But then after this one, they did a huge mistake 2 years later, and they made an album which I refuse to have in my collection. It's called In a Hot Seat. Carl Palmer said, my God, they should have never made that album. That album buried Emerson, Lake and Palmer forever. They never come back. They never recorded anything because that album, it's so bad. I could not believe it. So this one is good comeback album. And a few years later, many years later actually, came this Ontology. Actually, this one was CD released then, but then they released it as a box set for LP. Very cheap, and the reason for that is because they are not 180 gram. I recommend to everybody to have this. They are just fantastic. You have 4 vinyls here. I will show you later on. You have pretty much everything here, and you know there is a 4 vinyl, but it's all of them are filled with music. It's not 15 minutes one side. They are filled. This is probably the best vinyl box set. That's a best of thing. Look at that. A hard one. This and actually, yeah, and Pink Floyd, Echoes. There's a booklet here. So good pictures. Greg Lake, what a great bass player and a singer and songwriter. Has a picture from that beach session. some live shots. Funny stuff there. And here you have the also tracks on each album, which is pretty much, let me show you one by one. Yep, that's album number 1, disc 1. And you can see the track listing. Everything is here. If you don't have any Emerson, Lake and Palmer, at least you should have this box set. There's an inner two, yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot to say there's a color one. A cheap record, you can get so much. I see that. So beautiful. They're very, very nice. The first album, first disc. This is the second one. Ontology. There you have a track listing there. Let's see. How's the third one? Let's see tracks here. A very nice picture of Carl Palmer there. There's another beach session. I must have put it like a joke. I don't know if you can see. Look how much music is up to here. Very, very full. I am so glad I bought this one. Let's see that. Excuse me. This is a recent picture. I think it was from 90s when they came back with the Black Moon, which was considered a comeback album, but then they could never hit those 70s heights. So this is the Ontology album. And last year, I consider this actually, I consider it Emerson, Lake and Palmer. This is just Greg Lake Ontology, but it's a lot of Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Obviously, that band have been a big part of his life. So this should be in a collection. I got a booklet here, which I glued. Lots of stuff to read here. I will put the link below so you can see this opening of this. Double album. Here are the albums which he did, Emerson, Lake Palmer and King Crimson, and everywhere which he was singing. That is that record that I told you that is awful, in the hot seat. There's some solo stuff here too. This is the album that I told you. They came back. It was labeled as an ELP, but it meant Emerson, Lake and Powell because of that drummer, which sadly years later he died in a car crash. He was great, mostly known for Rainbow. So they have some here. Started here. So there you go, guys. This concludes my showing of Emerson, Lake and Palmer record collection. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you like this video. Please let me know what you think. Until next time, please take care of yourself and your loved ones. Bye-bye.